Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today is Tuesday, the 19th. I had to check on the date. May is going by so fast. Well, I think it's feeling like it's going fast because the last 2 months went pretty slow, I think, for a lot of us out there. So again, thank you very much for watching today. I got a very exciting topic today, and it's going to be going over for the next 8 days. So I'm going to go over that, one of my favorite books. But first, I want to start with what I posted today on my Facebook today for my motivational quote for the day. And the motivational quote from today, I'm looking at it again, is that if you want to know how rich you are, find out how many things you have that money can't buy. So why I picked that today, because so much of my videos and my classes and my Zooms have all been about success in business and building your business. And today, and why I picked this book, is it's not success. It's not always about money. It's not about money. It's about a lot of different things that incorporate your life and happiness. So in this quote, in this motivational quote for the day, is just that counting everything is not just about what you can buy, it's everything else what's important in your life. And then that's where this book comes in place. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So why I brought this up is because the main word in this book, and then even in this title, is effective, not successful. I will admit to you, for years when I picked this book up, because this book's about 30 years old. Every time I picked this book up for years, I would pick it up, read a little bit. Every time I get on a plane, I would have it on my phone, read another chapter. It took me a while to get through it. Then I've read through it probably about 3 or 4 times and listened to it on audiobooks, and I revisit it a lot. And for years, I think my mind, if you told me like what would the name of the book, I put, instead of effective, I put successful. I always was thinking success for that. 7 Habits of Successful People. I don't know why, because when I'm reading business books, when I'm reading self-help books, I always think success, not effective. So what I mean by effective is being successful in reaching a certain result. So being effective, that could be anything. It doesn't have to be about your business and finances and success and selling homes and making commissions and being financially successful. Effective, this incorporates everything in your life, which I enjoy so much about this book. So if you get a chance, read it. But today I'm just going to give you a summary of the book, and then every day for the next 8 days, I'm going to go through those 7 habits. So I have my notes here that I'm going to kind of go over through this summary, but one of the main things, again, of course, is how you can bring these 7 habits into your life, because to be successful, to be effective, it's a habit. It's a habit that you have to do. And what happens with a habit, sometimes when we think habit right away, we think hard. But that's not what habit means. You know why? Because we have so many habits that we all do. We don't even think of them as habits because we just do them. That's the whole point of a habit, is that you don't need to even think about it. It's ingrained in yourself. It's ingrained in that. And a habit doesn't mean bad. So for a lot of people, like that word diet, that's bad. The word diet is not a bad word. Diet, it means what you eat. It doesn't mean diet, doesn't mean I'm losing weight or I'm cutting things out or whatever. If you read the definition of diet, it's just whatever goes in your mouth. That's what diet means. Habit is what you consistently, automatically do, and these are 7 things. So I'm going to just briefly go over the 7 habits of and then we're going to go over more in detail over the next few days. So the number 1 habit: be proactive. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. Number 3, put first things first. Number 4, think win-win. 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So first seek to understand, then to be understood. 6, synergize. And 7, my favorite is sharpen the saw. So we'll go over all of those. But one of the main things about this whole book is the focus on character, not personality. In some of the many sales Seligman's books, to be a successful salesman, be a successful realtor, being a successful business person, is all about sometimes personality and what you have out there to the public and how to sell people on personality. This book is more about your character, on building your character and explaining that your character is something that is going to come out in your personality, and building your character and these habits is how to do things and form habits to build your character. One thing that a lot of people have a problem with sometimes is that they think their character is ingrained in them. Like, you can't build character. Like, that's some of us, and even myself several years ago, thought if I build my character, I should have that already. I should have this character just ingrained in me genetically. You're predisposed to having a good character. And no, I was getting that mixed up with personality, my thoughts of personality. So your character is not something that you're born with, and it's not something that is controlled by your environment. Example is, all of us, many of us, our parents have different character or different views or different things than in our families than we do. That means that we habitually did something, we made a choice to build our character, create it differently than how we were genetically predisposed to our character as our parents, and then also as our environments. Our environment changing our character? So you can make a choice. And part of this book is having the habits, putting those 7 habits in place to build the character that you want to build, so that personality comes out. That is not fake to do if you really believe it. And I'm going through a couple of those scenarios right today and ideas. So, developing a sound character, you need a few principles. They're very, very important. And I think, when I was going through my notes and kind of writing all the things that I love about this book, and the jewels that I've picked out of this book, and to explain to you over the next few days, is that, it's in today's day and age, it just kind of, this book is like right on top about character. And of course, when you word that you use character, it's a lot of people it soaks in, because we've been through, as a country, as a world, with a pandemic and political stuff and all that stuff. I'm not going into detail of things, but character processes, habits, and principles have been coming up a lot in the news and what we're doing. So this really kind of resonates as like very particular, very important in today's day and age, and really deep down getting this into yourself of what your character and what your principles are. But here are some of those principles that I wrote down. Is integrity, dignity, quality, service, patience, perseverance, caring, excellence, and courage. These are some of the things that you need to have to really build your character and to think about. These are principles. These are the things, if you really dig down to how you feel about these things, integrity, dignity, quality, service, patience, perseverance. You're not hearing that, success and things like that in here. These are the principles to think about. And again, remember that these things that you're thinking about are not predisposed because of who your parents were. These are not, again, a lot of us take a lot or almost all of our character from our parents. That's great. I'm not saying that's bad or good, but I said you're not stuck with it. You can change on that. And also your environment. The people you're around, the community, the city, the wherever. Obviously, again, not to bring that back up, that we're seeing a lot of that, like, views, character, integrity, dignity, and everything. It's different wherever you go or how they view things. So remember those certain things. But now there's a few things that three things that kind of you have to do to think about to start building these things. So number one in my notes here is you got to know. You have to know, understand what you want to do. So what you got to understand, you got to know what you want to do. Two, you got to figure out how to develop the skills, at least the mental mindset and the processes and how you're going to get to those habits of having that character. And three, the most important is the desire. You have to want to do it or it's not going to work. You have to want to have this character. You can't fake character. Character is your character. How many people do you know? And hopefully I'm one of those good character people that you think about, but how many people do you know that you just know? You know, whatever's coming out of their mouth or the way they live their lives or the way they think, or no matter what they say, you kind of really get a feel for their character. So hopefully for you, that view that you're seeing about their character is true, because some people just come off wrong, or you just get the bad vibe, or you're just not getting the right feel. You know, sometimes that happens. So that's one of the skills that you have to work on. If you want your character to come out, you've got to see, work on yourself to see how other people see you. And of course, if you have to make adjustments to your character or how you're perceiving yourself out there, because you want people to understand you. And that's part of the sales, being a salesperson, and saying, I really want you to know, to your clients, to your friends, to your sphere, I want you to know my real character. And what I've always said, and they said in real estate, if they know you, trust you, and you're going to look out for their best interest, they'll do business with you. This is that. If they know your character, they know that you have integrity, that you have dignity, that you are your number one goal is service and to help them. That will come through on your personality, that will come through, and you'll be successful with that client. So that's another thing about the word effective. It could be as highly effective people, could be effective, could be just between one person and your relationship with that one person, that one client, that family member, that your spouse, your children. Effective is different with every situation you're in. So being highly effective and being successful in that relationship and what you're trying to do. So this book goes a lot more in detail about how it's always not about numbers. It's always about being effective and quality over quantity. Like an example they use in the book is like someone that thinks, if there's someone that's a runner, marathons or just bicyclist or whatever, they're always touting their numbers on how far they've, like, wow, I did another personal best. I did 25, miles today, and I did this and I did that. And that's their goal. That's what they want to accomplish. But if their goal, like an example they use in the book, is that if that person, their goal is to run a certain distance or bike a certain distance because they want to be more healthy and live more lives, live more years, what happens if they live more years, but all that time they're spending riding that bike and running all those miles, they lack the connection with family, friends, spouse. But that was the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal was to live longer in life, be healthier, have a longer life, a better life. But they're taking that time with being healthier and using that to just run more by themselves. So that's an example of numbers over quality of what they wanted to accomplish. So if they want to accomplish, hey, I want to reach my goal. This is my goal. That's my goal. My goal is not to live longer and spend more time with people. If they do that their whole life and they don't end up spending more time with people, then that wasn't effective. That's the key word. That was not effective. So you've got to, again, know what you want to accomplish. You want to develop the skills to accomplish those and make sure you don't get off track, like that example of running. You might spend your whole life, you're 85 years old still running marathons, but you're traveling all over the world running marathons, and you're too tired to talk to your family and friends when you're on your time off. That's not reaching that goal, which was supposed to be living longer, healthier, and spending more time with family and friends. And then you have to have the desire to do that. So hopefully that gives you a summary of this book of what's coming up with being effective. You feel free to go on your books on your Kindle or your iPhone and pick up this book or audio. Don't jump the gun. Wait till I'm done with it, because then if you read it, then you won't want to watch me. So that's two. But maybe you want to see my take and my feeling on each one of these subjects. So that's it for today. I'm so excited about this. This is one of my favorite books, and self-help books, business books that's out there, and hopefully it becomes one of your favorite books too, from what the information I'm going to be giving you over the next 8 days. So that's it for today. Thank you very, very much for watching. Have a very happy Tuesday. Looks like a great day out there, a better day than normal. And remember, reach out to me if you need any help connecting with me on any of these topics or any topics I've talked about in the past. That's it. Have a great one, everyone. See everybody soon. Bye-bye.